Welcome back, folks. I am so sorry. I did not realize I had my microphone muted. Um, I had an issue last night. I was trying to continue the missions, and I had some technical difficulties. Game kept crashing and everything, so it just kind of messed everything up. But basically, what we did was we had to go. We went to the kids' camp. Okay, we found that map and everything. So we had to go up here where these crosshairs are on the map here, and that's the one location that's marked on the back side of that paper that we looked at, right? So you're going to find a locked shed. There's going to be a fire pit with some benches around it. So when you get up here, you're going to hear the recording, the noises and everything, and you got to investigate it. Well, to the east of that pit, hanging up on a branch in a tree, is a tape recorder, and she's going to tell you to destroy it, or shut it off. So I just took the shotgun out, blasted it, and it shut it off. And then she's like, "Well, somebody has to go up. They had to be able to use tools to get up there. So you got to investigate the little shed shack there. It's behind the fire pit. So when you go over to the shed shack, it's locked." And she's going to tell you to look around for a rock, because they usually hide the keys in hollow rocks and whatnot. So to the left of it is a little rock on the ground. You're going to pick it up, use your joystick, and roll it over to see the key, right? So once you see the key, it'll say, take the key and unlock it. Well, when you unlock it, the shed, you're going to see a ladder in there. You're going to interact with it. And then the next part of the mission is to go over here where I got this tent down, and you're going to find another little camping site area. And there's a tape recorder hanging in a tree low to the ground. And you're going to interact with it, and you're going to pull the cassette tape out, and then you're going to roll it over. And it's going to say some stuff on it and everything. And then once you do that and everything, you're going to go over here, and I believe it's just right here where the crosshairs are, is one of the gentlemen from the hunt clubs. I guess he's the bookkeeper or whatnot, complaining about a power outage. So when you go over and investigate, you're going to see a telephone pole with electrical wires laying in the road. You're going to interact with it. Then you're going to go into the trailer where the guy's supposed to be at and everything. And then you're going to find out he's gone, whatnot, and then it's going to say, she's like, snoop around, see what you can find. Well, there's a bouquet of flowers on the desk, and you're going to interact with those. So make sure you roll them around, because there's clues on the underneath side and everything. And then once you do that, you're going to go back over here to the hunt club. That's over here. And once you go over here, the keypad on the back door, we couldn't get in. We're going to punch the code in and go in the hunt club. You're going to snoop around and see what you can find and everything. And then the lady's going to tell you to get out of there quick. So we go to get out. We go out the back door, and a couple of guys from the hunt club shoot at you. She's going to tell you to go hide in the fields, which is over here by the purple splotch here. So you're going to go over here to these fields and hide. So as of now, you're caught up, and we are at the point right now where she says, wait until night falls, because we want to go check out this factory from one of the clues that we found in the hunt club. And so I'm going to roll time and everything, but this is what I was explaining to you guys. If you go into the lodge and you go to sleep, you notice the cost, it says $250, right? Well, to save yourself a little money, and you guys might not think it's a big deal, but I know when I was first starting out and everything, having to buy ammo and trying to save money to buy my weapons and everything, that little bit of money, those pennies add up. So what I've found is, like, sleep in the lodge is $250, but if you have a tent, you can come over and you can sleep in the tent. Costs $188. So it does save you. So what is that? See, 50, 50, 60, $62. You know, which, you know, you might not think it's a lot, but if you sleep 6 or 7 times, that $62 ends up being, you know, $500. So, or not five, but now if you say, yeah, if you sleep, hold on, let's see. Now my brain's acting up here. All right, so yeah, so if you sleep 5 times, that's $310 that you're going to save. So if you do, you know, you end up sleeping 10 times, you know, it's $610. You know, which could be the difference of being able to buy some ammo, a couple boxes of ammo, or not. So, um, just letting y'all know. I'm gonna roll time here to 1845 is good. All right, so not quite dark yet, but that's all right. We ain't got much more to go before it gets dark. So now it's just a waiting game. Trying to think. I don't know where we're going to have to go. That's the question. I'm not sure if it's going to be over here. Oh, here's another thing I want to let y'all know, okay? I have been having issues with the game crashing. And this area right here, basically anywhere from here to where the crosshairs are to up in here, for some reason, every time I got to this area, you know, trying to do joystick movements is hard. But anywhere in this area, every time I got to that area, walking, running, it didn't matter. The game would crash. So I do not know what the cause is. But it's something, my guess by the error code, it's some kind of data or something that is conflicting, that's not right in the code, and it's causing the game to crash. So just be careful in this area right here. Now I'll zoom out so you can see. It's this little leg that from the east that goes to west there, but right in here, close to the boundary, you get towards this big road, and my game, like I said, it crashes every time. And this is what was happening last night, because I was trying to get up here to get these the lodges and lookouts and everything, and I started out here, crossed the river, and was coming up, and every time I got to this section of the road, sometimes I got past it and just a little bit, and the game crashed. So I don't know if it's on a different part of a server or what on their end, but every time I got to this area, it would crash. No matter if I was running, walking. Now, mind you, I haven't used the quad or anything, so this has all been on foot. It didn't matter if I had my binos out, a gun out. It didn't matter, you know, what I had out. But every time I got to this area, the game would crash. And when I looked up the error code, it's the same error code every time. Sony's error code, if you're not in the game, is called a network error code. But according to the game error code, it says the game needs updated or whatever, which my game is updated. But it's something to do with you know, something is causing the issue. I'm not sure what it is. Can't really diagnose it. I honestly think it might be a server, a code to go into a server that part of the map is on, and it's just the address is just not quite right or something. I don't know.
It's probably dark enough now. I'll mark the mill
Oh,
on your hunter mate. And Rookie, can you bring a weapon? Just in case. And this isn't an excuse to do anything stupid. I trust you.
Okay, now we got to go over here. Now I got a tent over here because I was trying to go over here to find out what that was. When the game kept crashing, I finally was able to make it up there. What I did was basically when I got close to this area, I threw a tent up because I knew the game was going to crash. So I threw a tent up, and I was able to make it going through here across the road. And then I threw a tent up right in here, and as soon as I did, I started to walk, and the game crashed again. So that was how I was able to actually make it up there, was by using the tent and bypassing that area altogether on foot. So now I'm going to finish the mission here. Well, do the next part of the mission. So we're going to fast travel to
Those
this.
weird noises again. They're definitely coming from inside. Do you see a way in?
Not yet. Game ain't loaded in yet. Alright, let's see if we can find a way in here. I know the gate's locked. Let's go around the fence here, see what we can find, so we can find a way in. Let's see if we can find a way in. Can't climb the fence. I wish I could climb the fence, but... can't get in that way. Gate's locked. Gotta find something. There's gotta be a way in somewhere around here.
Someone's been making use of this place since it got shut down. Hell, that was a decade ago.
Now we're able to sneak in through it. Somebody cut the fence. Alright, so now we're in. So we can find another. I don't know if this is locked. We'll find out. Oh, there we go. She said take a gun, so I'm going to take my shotgun out. Alright, guys, what we're doing. Oh, here we go. We found a way in.
Can you see okay? Don't be afraid to get out your flashlight. Ugh, I don't want to know what that is.
What is? It's It's a generator. Oh, it's spooky music.
What is going on here?
Dead gators. Now we know what the Hunt Club's up to. Hunt Club looks like they're
Remember
poaching
that
gators.
floor plan? This is definitely the same layout. Did Betty know about this?
Well, I bet she did. I bet she broke her
Alligator
neck when
eggs.
she fell off the...
And there's one of those heaters. Were they
Ha ha
incubating
ha,
them?
they're incubating.
There's
Yeah,
been a
they
lot
are.
of flooding in Louisiana the past few years, and that drives up the price of gator eggs across the board. Zoos and farms there will buy them for $70 a pop.
Yeah, looks like that's what they're
Tanned
doing.
alligator hides. This is poaching.
Yep. They are poaching alligators. There's more tanned hides there hanging. Can't get up there. So they're incubating. That's what they want the heaters for. So what am I supposed to do here? What does it say? Search the area for clues. Apparently, well, I mean, I've found clues, but nothing is lit up. Can't get up there. So they're poaching gators, stealing the eggs, trying to incubate the eggs. I don't see anything marked in yellow. That's...
Oh my God, you poor thing. Look at the food it left behind. It must be sick. I think you're gonna have to end its suffering. We can't in good conscience release an ill alligator into the wild.
Let's see. Alright, to brain them guys, you see the eye and the ear right there. So if you aim
Thank you.
right between there,
We do what we do because we
give 'em
love
the brain.
animals, right? I need to talk to Betty. 1 minute, I'll bring her up on speakerphone. Hi again. We've sourced those noises we heard earlier to the old paper mill on the outskirts of Mississippi Acres. Care to explain what you're doing there?
What we're doing there? Care to explain what you mean by that?
I've just sent you a photo our counselor took in your headquarters. It's a floor plan for the mill. And that noise we heard earlier? A sick alligator confined to a pen. You're poaching, aren't you?
We are doing no such thing. I'll admit I haven't been to many meetings lately, what with my neck and all, but the boys... No. No, they wouldn't. They just said they wanted somewhere to hunt whitetail.
To bring more money in, right? Well, gator poaching's mighty lucrative, Mrs. Tackett.
You're telling me those boys have been sneaking around behind my back the whole time? And I'm the damn chairwoman. They do nothing without my approval. I swear if my brother was involved in this, I'll pitch a fit. It ain't easy work, this. And some of them are a little old-fashioned, don't like taking orders from a woman. Even if the club's been in her family for 4 damn generations.
I'm sure the local papers would be happy to get a hold of this story, Mrs. Taggart.
Look, let me sort it out. I promise you we'll let you keep your summer camp. Hell, we'll sponsor it if you like.
That's all right. But it sounds like we have a deal. You tell your boys to clear out of the mill and release the hatchlings back into the wild. I'll keep quiet about this as long as you leave Camp Haven alone. And let's keep up our flood relief work.
Agreed. Sorry about the trouble, y'all. You take care now.
What a week. I knew Camp Haven would have its challenges, but this... Nature hasn't been kind to us this year, and if people aren't either, it makes it damn difficult to survive out here. Of course we're invested in our history. It's who we are, what we've been through. But we can't forget our future either. When our homes are flooded and people and animals are displaced, all we have is each other. We've got to learn to live together out here. I hope Betty's beginning to come round to that. I wonder if she can make the rest of the BGC see sense. And if not, we've got the whole summer to plan our next move, right, Rookie? Preparations for our next summer camp session are pretty much complete now. So as long as you've brushed up on your firearm safety and know how to fill out an injury report, you're good to go. I'll contact you if there's anything else. Oh, and thank you. I'm sure you thought I was crazy first time I mentioned the strange noises, but you stuck it out. It means a lot to me.
Okay, is that it? I guess that's it. That is all the missions, apparently. Not very many. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, 12 missions. Well, apparently I can't hit the broadside of a barn with a shotgun at that range. Maybe. I don't know. Sounded like it might have fell. What time is it? It's 5 a.m. Well, let's find out if we hit it or not. There'll be blood up here if we did. Should be some blood up here somewhere. We might have hit it. Might not have. We missed, it looks like. Yeah, we missed. Well, guys, it looks like it might have been all the missions. There you go. It's a female. Don't really care. I ain't shot a fox, actually. Let's see if we can find this fox. Just because I haven't shot a fox yet. And I don't care if it's female or not. So let's zoom out just a little bit. Here walking, where's it at? Yeah, guys, I will give you another hint, something that'll help. I've noticed if you don't have a headset on and you're playing the game, it's kind of hard to hear like their footsteps and whatnot. But if you do have a headset and you got it on both ears, it makes it a little easier to figure out where the animal the direction of the animal is and how close he is, and or she, which is a bit unfortunate because I really don't like to play with a headset on when I'm not broadcasting. But, well, we've still got a bunch of the map that we have not unlocked yet. So, I guess, do I take a chance and see if the game keeps crashing? You know what? We'll go over there and get that. Let's go over there and get the slots. Everybody just look out. See if any other missions pop out. Probably won't, but I don't know. Might. I've never known them not to have a few more missions in it. Actually, we'll put a marker down here first. Which direction? Okay. So I'm going to put a marker down here so I can make my way down here and try to stay far enough away from that road that the game don't crash. If the broadcast ends abruptly, you know what happened. The game crashes. So, just a forewarning. So. Growling, so it must be kind of close. Oh, there's tracks right there. Trash pandas growling. Yeah, guys, if I actually find a diamond on my map, what I will end up doing is backing off the map and throwing it up on multiplayer and getting my other account on it, and then leaving and coming back so he's hosting it so it doesn't actually take it off my personal map. So that's a trick. Like I said, if you've got access to a second PlayStation, that's a trick that you can do so you don't lose the diamond off your personal map, and you can share it with your friends that way too. Throw the map up, let them jump on, and then you back off the map and let them take host and ownership of the map, and then they can get the diamond. And if they mess the shot up, you can always throw the map back up, do the same thing, get them back on the map, and then back off and let them have host. But make sure you back off and give them host ownership of the map, because if not, then it will take it off your map. Let's see, where you at, Piggy? But exactly, said that's a way you can kind of help your buddies out and whatnot, and let them get some diamonds. I will tell you that there is potential for you to have diamonds on your maps from the start, but that's not always a guarantee. And I found that for me to get, I get more diamonds spawning in by taking the lower level animals out and not the high ones. I leave the high ones and take the lower levels out. And once I take the lower levels out, they start spawning in after a while in higher levels, and then I go through and look and take the smaller ones out of the higher levels, leave the higher level high levels, and eventually I get a, I'll have a diamond spawn in. Like I said, and if you shoot them, make sure you pick them up, because if you don't pick them up, they'll spawn back in as the same level and everything. So you want to make sure that you do harvest them. So when you harvest, let's see what this is, since we're right here. But so like I said, if you shoot them, make sure you pick them up and harvest them, because that gives you the better opportunity to get them to spawn in at a higher level. But if you shoot them, leave them lay, the next time you load the map in, those animals will come back as the same exact level as you shot before. So, what do we got? Trash can down there? Yeah. Recycling bin in the mailbox. Ooh, lodge. That's a good thing we came over here. Looky there. Man, they did a fantastic job on these lodges. I really am impressed. Not so much impressed on the buildable hunting blinds that they put in over here on this map in particular. They look like a raised version of the blinds that are built on Parco Fernando, and I really don't care for those blinds. I do have two favorite blinds. I like the blinds on the Terrorora. I love those. The fact that you can shoot out the windows and not hit the window seal is awesome. And the fact that you got hello, Henning, how you doing? And the fact that you can shoot out the windows and not hit the window seals is awesome. It's the Silver Ridge Peaks one, the buildable blinds, I enjoy as well, but they need to lower the window sills so you don't hit them when you shoot at them. I have stuck so many arrows in those window sills trying to shoot animals that are close to the blind, where the pin shows the animal and it looks like a clear shot and shoot, and then arrow sticks on the the arrow sticks in the window seal. But Henning, you're having a problem with a mission. Can you be more specific on which mission it is? Which part of the mission? There is one. I don't know how far you are. We'll go to the mission log here. Let's see. I think it is this one. It's continuation of Mississippi. Kids on the Camp. Is it the first part or the second part? Let's see. Kids with the Camp. That was. Let's see where that was at. That was. I'm trying to find. Okay, the first one, which I believe was. Where was that at? That was. Trying to remember exactly where that was at. I think it was right. Let me see. Okay, this was the gator part. So I'm trying to think. I believe. Where was that camp at? The camp portion. When you get to the camp portion, that's going to say look at a broken tire swing. Then you're going to go into the one building. Yeah, okay, the tire swing. Okay, you're going to go into the building. Looks, it's like the last one to the west. And on a bunk is some rope. You're going to pick the rope up, go back out to the tire swing, and you're going to interact with it and fix it. And then once you do that, there's going to be some candy wrappers that are going to glow on the ground, and you're going to follow that, and then that'll lead you to an area where there's some burnt a burnt tree, basically, and empty candy wrappers. And then you're going to go back into the building where you found the rope and go further down, like I think it's 1 or 2 beds down further, and there's going to be a map on a bed, and you're going to interact with that. Now when you pick it up, use your left joystick and push up, and it's going to roll the map over, so make sure you look at the back of it. So one thing that I noticed with this is when you get clues that pop up, if you use your left joystick, you can roll it around and move it to look at it. So a lot of your clues are going to be on the backs of these things you pick up. So, like for example, if you picked it up and you hit X and backed out, if you go to your codex, go down to mission items. Yeah, go down to mission items, right? And then scroll down to where it says, let's see, I gotta find it here. It says, note from young camper, right? And so it says triangle, inspect items. So you hit triangle, and you can zoom in and read it. And then if you zoom out, I gotta zoom out to rotate it. Maybe. Oh, okay. No, sorry. It's the right joystick. So if you zoom out, right, and then you're gonna flip it over, and then it's gonna show you basically a map of the reserve with 2 X's on it, and that'll actually open up later as you get going through the quest. That part I don't, with the 2 X's there, that part of the missions I don't have on video, unfortunately, because I was having technical difficulties, and my game Chris kept crashing. You're very welcome. So, anytime. Anytime. Yeah, if you notice, I've got this. I've got everything you see unlocked is basically where I went for the missions. Now, so I don't know if the missions are done because there's 3 sections that I haven't got unlocked. Actually, 4. If you notice, there's 4 sections that I've not discovered and unlocked yet. I don't know if I go over here and I discover them and it unlocks more missions. I don't know. I think it was, I said, what was it? Mission log. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 missions. I do not know if there's more. You're very welcome, and you enjoy and have a good day. And like I said, if you need anything else help with, If I'm broadcasting, I will be here. Um, so I'm going to take a short break, and for about 5 minutes, I gotta use the restroom, and if not, I'm gonna have an accident. Alright, I am back, folks. I had to take a restroom break. Otherwise, I would have had an accident to clean up on the floor. So, Henning was in here earlier and had a question. I was able to help him out. One thing I noticed on the missions on this one, the clues you get are a little more interactive. So, use your right joystick on your PlayStation. Use the right joysticks, and you can rotate the item and flip it over, and use your keypad to zoom in and out. And it will help you find the clues for the mission. What do we have here? Looks like a rabbit track. This little deal that they did, that you got to look down at the track, does not always work on PlayStation. So sometimes you just got to be in the right exact spot to be able to get it to pop up. And I've noticed if it's close to trees, sometimes it will give you the option to view it. Sometimes it won't, like the rabbit track back there. We couldn't get in the right position to be able to highlight it. I think that needs to be just enlarged a hair, not a lot, but just a little bit more. Since we are over here and there is no lodge, I am going to throw a tent up just in case the game crashes, so I don't have to make this big long hike trek back to the area. So let me find a spot I can pitch the tent. That's another thing, guys. If you can afford it, I know some of you just starting out, so you get one tent. So I mean, if you've got the tent pack, you can. I'm going to show you how to do the inventory glitch. It's really simple. So, and I'm going to tell you what buttons to hit. Because as you notice, if you go down here to character, I'm carrying 50.47 pounds. I do not have a backpack on, and they only limit you to 20 pounds, which is ridiculous because the average person can carry 120 pounds on them, which is, ridiculous without a backpack. I know in IRL, I hunt, and I believe my stand and ladders, that's 36 pounds. My gear is about maybe 5 to 8 pounds. Then my rifle and ammo might add another 7 pounds, not including the clothes I got on. So that needs to be bumped up, I believe. It might mess the game up, but basically what you do is you go to your storage. Alright, select the item you want. Now when you hit it, you're going to get a beep. So you leave the item highlighted. You're going to hit circle twice, back out. You're going to hit box. It's going to take you to the store. You're going to hit circle twice, and then go down to storage, and then hit X. And see, it just stuck the 223 in my inventory, and it is there. But each thing, like the ammo and whatnot, you have to do that for each item. So once you get good at it, you can go through and get all your stuff pretty quick. As you notice, you see I'm carrying the 300, the 303, the 22H Hornet Yellow Jacket, the M1, the 22 long rifle, and the 12 gauge, and the model 1891 Sheriff, and the 65 pound bow. So it is, like I said, it's a deal that you can still do. The only thing is if you look at my speaker as I'm moving, it makes you noisier. Um, I've emptied my inventory down to where I was under the capacity of weight, and I've noticed that the noise level doesn't change. So you make the same amount of noise whether you're carrying overweight or whether you're carrying underweight. Um, that's the only difference that I've noticed. Um, so, um, like I said, it's a situation where, um, I'll show you something else here that I really dislike with the game because I'm not this damn noisy. Sorry about my French. I'm not this noisy in the woods in real life. Going walking through the woods and everything, even with all my gear on, I'm still very, fairly quiet. Um, they amped up the noises and amplified them for so you could hear the calls and footprints and whatnot from the animals. But the problem was it also amped up yours and made yours carry farther, um, which in real life, noise because of the surroundings doesn't really carry very far that you make. So about I would guess about 60 yards, and then it's muffled down so bad that the animals can't hear it. Um, the um, the other thing is the scent. Your scent, because of basically around your body to about 10 yards, it's going to be a fairly tight, scent window per se. But once it gets out about 50, 60 yards, it's dispersed so much that they're not going to smell you, okay? Especially with the scent killer, and I use it in IRL. I've went hunting probably 30 times this year, spent all day out in the woods, and I have not had one animal blow at me because they smelled me with that scent killer. And that scent killer lasts pretty much all day. As long as you don't touch your articles of clothing and everything with your bare hands, you're fine. Your scent's neutralized, and it's one of those situations where I wish they would have. I really wish they would have, made it last longer. When they did the time speed up, it kind of cut the duration down. But I mean, and when I get back to my vehicle, I take my hunting clothes off and I spray them with my scent neutralizer before I put them on, because I keep them in a plastic bag so I don't get human scent on them. And when I get to the woods, I take them out of the plastic bag and I spray them down with the scent neutralizer. And I spray them down with scent neutralizer, put them on, and then I'll spray my hands with the scent neutralizer, and put my gloves on. My gloves are already sprayed because like I said, I spray all my clothing down before I put it on, and I'm good to go. But I know they're trying to make the game as realistic as possible. That's just some things that I would, from experience, from real life, I would like to see changed, because it's, not really that way in real life. Like this raining and whatnot in the game, unless you're going through mud puddles, it's not very noisy. Actually, wet surroundings, you are very, very quiet. There's no crunching, there's no... now if you go through mud, you might get a little bit of a sloosh or whatnot, but it's so light and noise that the animals, as they're walking, they're going to hear their footprints and not yours. So, yeah, it's a situation there. And, you know, it's one of them. Oops. Just bonked my puppy in the head with my heel of my shoe. But, yeah, like I said, it's a situation where they, you know, I'd like to see those changes at least. I don't know if it'd be too complicated or what, but, you know, the animal's not going to smell you out at 400 meters away or 150 meters away even. You know, especially with the scent killer. The scent killer neutralizes all of that, and you know, like I said, it lasts all day long, and if you think about it, you know, like you neutralize your human scent on your clothing, you're going through the woods. Now I'm brushing up against brush and everything else, so what am I going to smell like? I'm going to smell like these trees. So I don't need to apply scent killer on my body, you know, on my clothing or anything, because I'm going to smell like the woods, you know, because I'm brushing up against stuff in the woods, and, you know, and so, you know, it's a situation where, you know, yeah, I understand you got to buy stuff, and this, that, and the other, and they want you to have something to spend your money on, which is fine. Now, when I'm in the woods, I do carry a small bottle with me. So, like, if I take my if I take my gloves off and, you know, have to go to the restroom or whatever, then I will any place I touch with my hands, my bare hands, I will spray with the small bottle I carry with me in the field, and put my gloves back on, and I'm good to go. So, but like I said, there's very rare do I have to use a whole lot of it in the field. Like I said, after a rain and whatnot, like this grass is not going to crush. This grass is so wet that you're not even going to be able to hear footprints. You know, that's another change that I would like to see implemented into the game. But like I said, I don't know with the dev team, you know, how in depth in coding that would have to be. As far as visual goes and everything, most animals besides turkey can spot a fly at 1,000 yards, and they see in 3-dimensional and in color. Deer, on the other hand, they see in black and white, and so you know, they can spot things that look out of place, and that's why, if you ever notice, they kind of look and they'll bob their head up and down and stomp their foot, try to get you to move, and that's all they're trying to do is to trigger movement so they can see movement. So, you know, that's, you know, some mule deer, you know, mule deer do the same thing, and so, you know, bear, I'm not sure, I think bear can see in color, but they got very kind of poor eyesight, so they can really only see things that are, you know, I think, I don't know, within 150, 200 yards, but they don't see very well. They rely more on their nose and their ears than anything. Moose, I know, they have very, very, very poor vision. You know, they just they rely, like I said, more along their nose and their ears and everything. Elk, on the other hand, now elk can spot you off in a distance and everything, because I don't know why, but they can, and they will they'll bolt, you know. Ducks are another thing. I mean, you can get fairly close to them as long as you're not silhouetted and everything, and you're quiet. They rely more on hearing, I think, than eyesight. But the noises will spook them, and even noises in the woods that you didn't cause, like branches falling and whatnot, will spook them. Ducks are very nervous to begin with. Same with quail, pheasant, you know. Now pheasant and quail will stay in the bush, you know, and you get, within 10, 12 feet from them. They know you're there. They know about where you're at. So when you go closer, or stomp your foot or whatnot, then they'll jump up and fly, because that stomp kind of signifies something coming at them very quickly. So they'll get nervous and they'll bust up and fly and hit the air. But yeah, it's one of them things. Like I said, it just I enjoy the game. I own every add-on the game has and everything. I own it all. I've played this game a long time. About two and a half years, maybe a little longer. I played it so long and everything that I made a list of every animal and every map, and I checked off if I've got a diamond in that species on that map. And there's a lot of diamonds I don't have. I do not have any wolf diamonds from Quattro, from Yukon. I still need the scrub hair on the Africa map, diamonds. I think that's the only one I need on Africa, is the scrub hair. I've gotten all the other ones, a diamond in the other ones, and actually multiple diamonds in them, in those species. Let's see. The missions on Parco, I'm still having issues with. I'm down to, when they made that change where your missions don't no longer show up on your handheld codex, I have not been able to get my diamond, the diamonds I had left, to spawn in. I finally was able to get the mule deer diamond to spawn in, and I was able to get that. I was down to 3. I needed mule deer diamond. I needed, which the thing was when I got the mission originally, I had so many false diamond mule deer on my map, and then they did that change. They did that change to the game, and the mule deer makeover, I guess it was. And when they did, it took all the fake mule deer diamonds off my map, and I originally had 2 red deer diamonds on my map as well on Parco, and I knew I had a diamond water buffalo. Problem was, diamond water buffalo, when I first started playing, I was playing that map, and I was like level 5, and I seen my diamond water buffalo run on the northeast side of the map, ran out of bounds, and has never been back since. And that was 2.5 years ago. I know where the zone was, because I had his zone marked on my map, but he has never made it back on the map from out of bounds. The red deer, I had 2 red deer on my map, and this was before they did the Great One Red Deer deal. So I haven't played it since they did that makeover. But I had 2 locations. I had 2 diamond red deer on the map, and they disappeared. Once I got the mission, they both disappeared. I have no idea where they went. I went around my map. I have shot every single male red deer that I could find, and I have yet seen those diamonds. And this, like I said, this was after they took the mission out of the codex. Now, when you could see the mission in the codex, I noticed when I pulled it up, the text was green, and or the text was white of the last 3 species I needed. But if the text was green, then I knew that specific diamond was on my map. So it was just a matter of going around and locating it and finding it and shooting it. And then when I'd roll time to 5 a.m. the next morning, then it could either put one of them on the map or not. And then the following day, if it didn't, then I'd go hunt for about an hour and then roll time again, and then it would stick one of them on the map, for the mission. It would change it from white to green. Well, I have been trying to get that mission completed for almost 2 years. And like I said, the only 2 I need is the water buffalo and the red deer. And neither one of them are showing up on my map at all. Now, like I said, I haven't played it since they did the Great One red deer. So I don't know if that's the red deer fixed on that one. I don't know. I do know that the water buffalo, and I've shot I don't know how many of those, countless numbers of those, but I did have one on the map when I first started playing. I didn't shoot it because I didn't have the right caliber of weapon to take the animal down and still get the harvest and pass the harvest check. So I was waiting till I got the right caliber. But like I said, I watched him run out of bounds at like 300 yards away, and he never returned to the map. So I don't know if the changes they did when they took it out of the codex or whatever busted the mission. Because I've noticed on some of the older maps, some of the missions that I had, which is the animals are supposed to be on the map in those areas because they've done population redistribution and whatnot. I think when they did that, they kind of boogered some of the missions up, and the animals are not spawning in those areas. Let's see. He's spooky. Let's see if I can drop him. Let's see. Right. Daggone it. Running out of breath. So I need you to turn just a little bit. I ain't gonna drop him, but I'll go through the intestines and liver on that shot. There, he died. Normally I shoot the bears and they usually drop where they stand. And I don't know what it is, just something with the bears. I just know exactly right where to hit them to drop them and shoot them in the heart. But I'm getting better at some of the other species as well. So the gators, I think I've got them figured out. And if I get an opportunity, I will show you all. I might do that in another video. Shot placement for the gators. On my map in particular, if you look right down here, I have a tent set up down here because on my map I have found not max weight, but close to max weight. Close to max weight gator track. I think it's 1,150 pounds. Now I don't know if it is a diamond or not. I haven't been able to get eyes on it. But when I do get all the lodges and everything, unlocked and everything, then I will go back, and if I get eyes on it, then I will throw a multiplayer map up, get my other character on it, and give him leads so I can keep the diamond on the map. There's a reason why I do that, because I've found in my past experience that if you leave the diamond of that species on the map, the next diamonds you can get to spawn in might be one of the other species on the map. So it's kind of helped with, I don't know if this, he did die. So it kind of helps promote the other species to spawn in a diamond. So it's like my Terror map, I have 2 whitetail diamonds on that. I've got 2 bobcat diamonds, and both of them are color phase. One's gray, one's red. I've got 2 diamond turkeys on the map. I've got 2 diamond mule deer on the map. I've got a diamond bighorn on the map. The only thing I haven't found on my map, diamond-wise, has been the rabbit and the pheasant. I'm still working on trying to get those to spawn in. Oh, wait a minute! I didn't shoot him from the front. I shot him from the back. That is crazy. They gotta fix that. They definitely gotta fix that. He was walking away when I shot him. That shot should have been directed from behind and not the front on that picture. And obviously I didn't aim for the skull. You've seen where I aimed the crosshairs. It should have went through intestines and liver because of the angle. That's a bug that I don't know. I'm trying to think when that bug showed up. That bug showed up 6 months ago. When they reintroduced the True Rack scoring system. Which, like I said, a lot of people like that. I don't, personally. And I'll show you why. Because this is why. Because if you look at my codex, and you go to my hunter log, and you go to my history, if you see there, my highest trophy rating animal was my mule deer at trophy rating 503.8, and you can tell it was taken on August 2nd of 2020 at 11:36 p.m. And then my second largest was a 493.4 Rocky Mountain elk that was also taken in August 19th of 2020 at 3:22 p.m. Or no, 3:22 a.m. Sorry. And that was before they implemented that True Rack system, scoring system again. And it was a situation where when I spotted the animal and everything, there was no doubt just by looking at it that it was a diamond. Okay, the rack was massive. On both the elk and the mule deer. Like I said, the rack was bigger than any rack that was on any of the other animals and everything. What I kind of dislike is, like, when they introduced the true rack system, and your level set, like for example, and this is the perfect one. The level 7 mule deer has the diamond rack on it. You look at the 8 mythicals, their racks, they're impressive, but they're not like the level 7's rack with the level 7's with the diamond rack on it. So it kind of frustrates me, because it's since they did the Great One introduction, it seems like all I'm finding on my maps, because I'm hunting terroir for red deer, it's like all I'm finding is level 7s. I can shoot the level 7s, and guess what? When they respawn back in, after I clear the hunting pressure and they respawn back in and everything, they're level 7s again. It is so frustrating, because the way they implemented that it's just a bit ridiculous. I'm sorry. Okay, if it's got a diamond looking rack, it shouldn't be as thick, for one. It should be a lot narrower. And I understand they've got all these different models for horns and everything else in the game, and it is a lot of data, but I know they wanted to introduce the true rack system on animals to kind of narrow that file size down, but the racks don't really take very much data size. It might be 10 kilobytes, which is not a lot. Like I said, I know they've got animations and stuff tied to different still pictures and whatnot to give when the animal turns its head and looks a different way. So I know in coding, I know the actual coding for to use each picture and whatnot and use it flawlessly. And I know it can be fairly large, but I just think it's a bit ridiculous that you've got a level 7 that has a diamond rack on it, and it clearly is not heavy enough. The antlers shouldn't be that thick for that body weight. It is what it is. I mean, I'm getting on a tangent, and I need to get off the tangent. Like I said, there are some changes, that I would like to see to the game that I feel that would better it. And I've already explained some of those. I know a lot of people, they want to treat the game kind of like Call of Duty, run and gun and whatnot, and that's fine and dandy, but it's all fine and good, but the game was really never designed for that. So, and I know trying to appease a lot of the people, that want to play it that style and whatnot, is it's a give and take, and sometimes I think some of the changes are just a little too harsh, that people want to play the game the way it was designed. And like I said, being a IRL hunter and everything, look at there. He got stuck on a tree and then catapulted. Go away. Oh, wrong one. And pull the 300 out just in case he tries to charge, because just got spooked and unpredictable when they're running in loops like that. But so yeah, like I said, there's changes they made that I really don't like, and there's changes they made that I like. But you know, it is what it is. I know a lot of guys yesterday was having problems with the game crashing. A lot of the problems people were having, I never really experienced a lot of. The only time I really experienced it was when, like, if I had a list of 6 or 7 games that were trying to update and I was trying to play the game, you know, it would cause crashes. If my hard drive was too full with games, it would cause it would cause crashes and everything. So what I personally did was I went and got an external hard drive, and which I do not keep plugged into my system all the time. Only if I have a game on there that I want to play, I'll leave it plugged in at that point. But you know, like I said, I only have 3 games stored on my initial hard drive on my system, and the rest of them are on the external hard drive. So when I'm playing and everything, like I said, it's a situation where, you know, I've got 65 or 70% of my console hard drive available, as far as free space goes. And there's a lodge up there, and so, you know, like I said, that's helped me. Now I don't have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 Pro. You know, I don't have a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I don't have a PlayStation 5. So I set my graphics to 1 or 2 lower than max graphics, and I do that intentionally because of the fact that I've noticed, like, trying to run max graphics sometimes causes lag issues. Game will kind of start to jitter and jump and freeze up, and everything can be done. You know, it can be caused by network traffic. It can be caused by your system's graphic memory chips are running out of usable space because it hasn't dropped some of the stuff that it should have dropped and freed up the space for new stuff trying to come in. So like I said, I mean, I enjoy the game, and I'm looking at it, like I said, at lower graphics, and it still looks phenomenal. You know, I don't have it set to max graphics and everything. Like I said, to me, it looks phenomenal. Now there is a difference when you do max graphics. You get, like, more vegetation shows up, thicker trees and bushes, and sorry, I just don't need all that extra stuff loaded in. I try to adjust my system to where, you know, it's basically flawless as far as gameplay goes, and I don't have any issues with crashes or anything. A couple of my friends I know, they have the PlayStation 4 Pro, and they're trying to run them at max graphics, and I'm constantly losing frame rates and this, that, and the other. And I know that, you know, EW is trying to address that, but here's the thing: I don't believe it is an EW issue or a game issue that's causing it. because in my experience as a online gamer, your network speed can affect your frame rates. Okay, so if you turn your system on and your system, your speed is screaming. Okay, like my internet speed, I pay for 1 gigabyte speed, which is extremely fast. Okay, and I do that because I have multiple other people in the house that also want to use the internet, either to watch YouTube, game, whatever. So I needed that speed so everybody could do what they wanted and we not have any network lag issues. But even on this game and on my PlayStation, even though I've got my settings down lower and everything as far as graphics and all that stuff, like my one son, if he gets on his computer and he launches YouTube and he launches Discord and he launches a game to play as he's watching, the YouTube and then watching their gameplay in Discord as they're playing it, my speed on my system here goes to crap, even with my 1 gigabyte speeds, because his system is trying to suck all the bandwidth to keep everything running at optimal for him. So that's something to keep in mind, folks. Your internet bandwidth and the amount of devices you have hooked up can affect your frame rate droppage. Now, before I changed internet providers, I had a cable provider for internet, and it was supposed to be 500 megabytes a second, which is half of what I have now. And if I had everybody on trying to do games and everything, our speeds would drop way down to like 20 megabits a second transfer rate on download, and upload would drop to kilobytes. And when that would happen, it would, somebody would lose connection, because the cable provider that I had thought that they could use this software deal, and boost the bandwidth signal speed, and they lowered the amount of bandwidth I had, and then tried to boost it with software, saying, you still have that, actually have more, when in reality, no, I didn't. I actually had less than what I was originally paying for, and even with their software boosting, as they said, turbo speed or whatever the heck it was called, it was garbage. So I had them for 14 years, 14 years or so, and the issue I had with them was every time they got rid of the package that I was paying for, instead of upgrading me to the next higher up package that was taking the place of the package I had and charging me still the same price that I had for the original package, they would downgrade me to the next lower package but still charge me the package price for the package I signed up for. Till eventually I was just a step above the standard package, and but still paying my higher price. Give you an example: the start out package you could get for $40 a month, okay, for internet, which gave you 3 megabyte speed, and which gave you 3 megabyte speed and everything, and which meant three 3 megabytes download speed and 2 megabytes upload speed. That's the way they set it up. And the package I signed up for was half a gigabyte speed, which was 500 meg down and 500 meg up. It was basically they're what they call business class speeds. And so I signed up for that, and by the time it was all said and done and everything, like I said, after 14 years, they went through and downgraded me to, I believe it was the 10 megabytes download speed package and 5 megabytes up. And I was still paying the price for the 500 megabytes download and 500 megabytes upload speed. The company I'm with now came around and offered me fiber optic with 1 gig speed, both down and up, and at a much lower price because I had other services through this company and everything already. Matter of fact, the internet providing company that I had, I used to get TV with, cable with, cable TV with. I canceled that with them, and I went to another company for TV, cable TV. And this company came around and they offered fiber optic, and because I had my cell phones with them and I had my TV with them, they gave me an outstanding price. So I signed up with them. They came and installed the fiber optic. Now, it is true fiber optic. It comes in off the main line fiber optic, comes into my house fiber optic, goes right to my modem fiber optic. Okay? No, I'm sorry. Goes to a connection inside the house. It's fiber optics are there, and there's 4 feet Ethernet cord that goes from there to my modem, which is fine because it converts it from basically light to digital, and which you got to have anyway. So, but it is true fiber optics, comes into my house fiber optics, and like I said, goes 4 feet from the conversion device that changes it from light to digital, and changes it from light to digital, and like I said, but it's only 4 feet of cable. So, and I can run a test, and I am extremely close to the 1 gig download speed and the 1 gig upload speed, even with everybody connected and whatnot. Here's another thing: if you connect wirelessly, your connection speed from your system is going to be a lot slower than if you hardwire it. And so if you can hardwire your game system through a Cat 5 cable, Ethernet cable, I would highly recommend it. It would solve most of your lag issues, connection issues, because wireless, like I said, the more people that are connected wirelessly, that signal gets basically cut down. So, for example, if you have 100 megabyte download speed and 100 megabyte upload speed on your wireless connection, you hook 5 devices to that, now you've got 20 megabytes down and 20 megabytes up. Okay? So you got to think about that. So if you've got a ton of devices hooked up through your wireless connection, it's going to cut that bandwidth down by the number of devices you have. So most wireless internet connection spots is always 100 megabytes download and 100 megabytes upload by default. Okay? So think about it, if you've got, and say if you got 4 wireless channels, okay, and you've got other devices using the other channels, then that's not going to cut your wireless signal to the devices connected through that one connection. So, that's another thing to think about. But if you only have, one wireless connection to your router, and it could be a router modem combo. If you have one device hooked to it, it's great. But if you have 10 hooked through that same connection, that's going to cut your bandwidth down. It's going to cause you lag issues and everything. So just think about it. Like I said, all my game systems are hooked up through hardwired. So I'm hardwired to my network. Computers are all wireless, and they're not all running at the same time. So it's just the ones that are running is the ones that will, and connected to the same wireless connection, will be the ones that are cutting the bandwidth down. So it's that is just a way to, like I said, figure out what if you're having issues, that's a way to kind of diagnose it, see if it's something on your end and not so much the server, your game server's end and whatnot. So, but guys, I'm just going to go around and finish getting these lodges and everything and unlocking the rest of it. And I think I'm going to call the broadcast because I haven't got any more missions. So I believe we're going to end it with this stream. Everybody have a good evening, a good day, and thank you for joining.